Эй, всем здорово, с вами Естественно, я обожаю прохождение Baldur's Gate 3. Короче, я так и знал, что я просрал одно задание. Это падальщик, он, видите, он там живой стоит. По факту мы должны сначала найти, короче, были художника, понять, что какая-то хуета происходит с полтергейстом, блядь. Вот, нам говорят, надо чем-то уничтожить картину. Мы узнаем пароль в дом, где находится этот падальщик. Туда заходим, он с нами разговаривает, он не агрессивный. Нам рассказывают там про книжку-то, где мы зомби вот научились вызывать. Про последнюю страницу, по идее, все рассказывает нам. Я так понимаю, что то ли мы не все выучили, то ли ты можешь, типа, в башне магии ты сам, типа, находишь. А он говорит, у меня сбежал, типа, помощник. Ты обыскиваешь все, находишь записку, что он там же находится, короче, типа, съебался, ждет своих друзей. А находится он вот в этом домике, вот здесь, около вот этой лодки. Я сюда просто тупо не дошел, когда туда потопал, блядь. Просто не дошел. Я, блядь, прошел здесь все, но туда не стал заходить. Он там прячется в шкафу, он говорит, типа, бля, помоги мне сбежать от хозяина, рассказывает там какую-то херню, плюс то, что мы вычитываем, то, что надо собрать 3 фрагмента. Один у нас есть легкие, мы находим в доме. Он говорит, типа, куда и где искать, мы, типа, ищем, находим. 2 банки, третье сердце в нем находится. Он нам ее, я так понял, достает. Мы это все, типа, уничтожаем, идем, убиваем падальщика, и он больше не воскрешает. Он окончательно, типа, все, откинулся нахуй. И все на этом получается-то. Потом он нам дает, типа, колечко, которое мы, естественно, просрали, и теперь не можем его получить. Потому что, ну, я просто зашел чуть раньше, чем планировал, и все, вот иди нахер. Типа, игра в этом плане, конечно, кайфовая, можно просрать вообще абсолютно все. То есть вот я тупанул там, мог немножко правильно пройти, Астериона сразу же направо, еще раз просто переигрывать, я уже с ума сойду. Это вот на подводной лодке в тюрьме я имею в виду. В следующее прохождение я, конечно, попытаюсь что-нибудь еще по максимуму, а следующее прохождение я, конечно, планирую в кооперативе. Ладно. Я хочу уничтожить нахер вот это. Я очень надеюсь, что я сейчас это уничтожу. И пойдем дальше. Нам еще сюда надо зайти. Все, я понял. Сейчас сначала сюда зайдем, а потом пойдем туда. Всем приятного просмотра. Добежали мы до этого общества, я, кстати, сюда не заходил.
Been caught in the act. So much for the perfect crime. You aren't as intimidating.
Так. Я их купил, ошибку свою.
You find yourself in the cradle of all knowledge relating to the act. Tell me, what can the society do for you?
Your light fingers have attracted attention. It seems an explanation may be in order.
Как ты его сейчас полил вот это? Ну вот, блядь.
You've been given...
Его трогать можно, да, надеюсь? Сейчас побазарим, потом еще и скинем.
It is pleasurable to see you. Your intervention within the cult's underwater complex was... I am glad my carelessness did not cost the life of Duke Ravengard. That you also saved me was unexpected. My meeting with you led me to a most unsettling conclusion. That my kind, I felt, Illithid interference would not be conducive to this plane's survival. Unfortunately, I strayed too close. I was captured. There, I saw Gortash and his... I am grateful that you were spared such a... I too feel some... Your inclination to generosity is an admirable... Blurg and I have consulted... We first thought to ask the denizens of the Underdark for their aid in fighting the cult. Alas, instead, we have selected a series of... Given my kind's involvement in creating this evil, it is only right...
Че мне дали? Говна дали, короче, спасибо. Пиздец. Ты ж торгаш?
We know the risks when we go out. Our research there must... We'll depart when this... I hope our gifts will provide you with some meaningful assistance in fighting the
И
evil.
он ни хера, короче, не продает, да, интересно.
Do let us know how you get
Все,
on.
что я ему продавал, он то мне и пытается сейчас продать. Ну, такое, так-то, да. Я, в принципе, даже стырить-то ничего толком не успел, да? Ох, ладно, чё. Так.
Given the chance, I'd make a fine principal researcher.
Там еще записку я ключ, короче, где украл. Я повторю попытку. Просто подкрался, украл. Там, говорят, есть, говорит, потайная дверь у нас. Это... Картина. За ней потайная дверь. Шеду Харт, иди нахер. То что случилось?
Trust no one. Easy.
Lockpicking.
Never a dull moment.
So much Underdark strife comes from vying for scarce minerals.
Прочесть.
Just like old times.
Что наверху?
Go. To the shadows. Quietly.
Давай. Опа, опа. Что от Астариона скроется? Ни черта. Свиток золота.
Must remember, it's in the back of the throat.
Why can't a man be passionate about minerals?
Silent as the grave.
Нихуяшеньки. Спасибо. Кайф прям.
Moving.
Откуда ключ-то я сорвал? А, хер его пойми.
Looking ahead. Have to keep going.
So your escape from the Iron Throne was a narrow one.
Все что ли?
Indeed, I find I now have an irrational fear of deep water.
Ну, пойдем побазарим, может у них там что-то есть. Подвал какой-нибудь. Стопудово есть, блядь.
Well met. What can the Society of Brilliance do for you? A wonderful research partnership. I'm sure you'll agree. They are upstairs if you wish to share any theories with them. Yes, dear Lady Esther, one of our most reliable contractors. Though unfortunately, I don't suppose you've stumbled across any Githyanki eggs during your travels. The Society will compensate you for any we study it, of course. The Githyanki. You are no doubt aware that citizens of the Underdark are held in The Githyanki face similar prejudice. But I believe, if hatched in a less violent, more intellectually stimulating environment, the child can overcome in the literal. Once out of the shell, I plan to take a twofold. The enforced repetition of sound, assuming I can accelerate its growth. A series of moral in my year. My findings could change the perception of Githyanki, and if the child remains evil after the experiment is concluded. Now, I'm eager to get started. So will you sell me the egg? Wonderful! You've provided me with a fine. My thanks.
Ладно. Че, люка никого нету здесь? же еще что есть.
I find I now have an irrational fear.
Бедненько. Идем тогда, чё, на склад. Попробовать через крышу. Где эти двое?
Ah, excellent choice.
Хули они тут забыли?
Let's get on with it.
Вот эти вот подлагивания меня расстраивают, конечно.
Onward in her name.
No time to rest.
No time to dally. Need to keep going.
Это бесит.
Still breathing, despite everything. Very well.
Нет.
Never wanted the easy path.
Консул.
Let's have some fun. With pleasure.
Waiting with bated breath. Light on my feet.
Вообще ни хера от слова совсем. Да ёб твою мать.
Don't waste a step. Maybe not.
Ебать. Короче, я чё тупанул-то? Я же хотел отдохнуть и идти сюда. Потому что миллионов 8. И мне же надо было с этим побазарить-то, блядь. Я чё до сих пор умер?
First you cleave my heart in twain, now you shatter it to pieces. My son, a monster. Twisted beyond recognition. To think my blood flows through those veins. Is this my fate? To be freed from Gortash's...
It isn't what you think. It never was.
You turned your back on me, on your city. It is exactly what I think.
Ravenguard's tadpole clenches as your memory.
My tears wounds. I'm in your mind.
The Grand Duke sees Mizora and her infernal sisters. He sees the agony in Will's face.
No. My son.
The past becomes present, and Will's thoughts are laid bare. Raven, and he sees everything beyond. The Nautiloid journey.
Well,
Everything I did for Baldur's Gate. I did for you.
my son. You gave yourself to the hells at... by the gods.
There's nothing to forgive.
You are a better man than most.
and a better son than I deserve. My duty is first and foremost to the city and its people. There's something I must... Before I was captured, I was on a mission. Returning from Elturel, I discovered the plans of the Absolutists. I didn't despair. Because the city has a secret guardian. A word. This is such a time. You've been trained in the ways of the great champions and proven to be one of them. A bronze dragon, yes. He sleeps beneath us. The worm goes by many names. He promised Baldur he'd protect the city if ever its existence was threatened. Since then, the city has faced countless threats, but we always overcame. The Absolute is the greatest threat Baldur's Gate ever faced. Take this. The ledger, let it set the path before you. But is he who rejects his own child a hero? What of he who calls his... You showed me the truth. You showed me that will may be the future of Baldur's Gate, and well beyond it. Thank you. And may the city know the truth of my only son.
Блять.
We'll finish what my father couldn't. I disappointed him once. I won't do it again. I do. Go on. Read the Legend of Ansur. Then it's complicated. It's a flurry of emotion. I'm not sure how to make sense of it. Joy. To my father, I was only ever a boy. Once all this is ended, I could once more call Baldur's Gate home. Whether I return, mind flayers are like devils. Clever, manipulative, exploitative. The Emperor says he's a friend. Maybe it's true. Maybe Stelmane allied, or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse.
Блять, понапихается как херня. А, кстати, да, вон мантия уже у нас. Бля, я красивая, просто пиздец. Охуеть. Единственная мантия, которую лучше не одевать. Сука.
I bet you're pleased with yourself. Saving Raven. Go on. Do you...
Damn right I did. My father is safe and my chains are broken.
Indeed. A bargain's a bargain. And the man who skirts... For now, you've tipped the scales in your favor. But all it takes is a whisper for me to tip them back. Ravengard will fall. I will strike when the Duke has the most to lose, and I have the most to gain. Clause A, Section 2. Should Soul Holder choose to abandon his patron, he is freed from his duty. A sealed pact is mightier than even Asmodeus's ruby rod. You're such a witless little thing. Laugh in the face of the Archduchess Zara. By all means, struggle and seethe when I come. But don't forget who signed away his own father's life when Ravengard's finally bled.
Ну, ко мне ночь что придет, нет? Твою мать.
Since we arrived in the city, I can't help but feel I don't think it's what happens if we fail that concerns. I've never been able to write my own future. I wouldn't even know where to... Well, I want to save my parents, of course. Take them away. Far from Shah's influence. Someplace peaceful. I'd like room for animals. Lots of them. Oh, I want to grow flowers. I want to be... Yes. I want to... Then it sounds like I have everything I need.
Кстати, да. Ну, да, драконий перекресток. Что-то хорошо, что здесь повсюду сука. Ага. Всех новоприбывших. Блять. Сколько же квестов вообще лишних?
Sensations all at once. Flaming desire,
Пришла наконец.
icy despair, the strength of iron, and the haze of thick swamp mist.
The 9 hells of Baldur. The ultimate torment, some souls would say. Those souls lack imagination. I'm going to show you the true wages of your sin.
Pure lust courses through your veins and plucks at your flesh. You don't know what you want, only that you want it.
You feel it, don't you? Primal hunger. Irrepressible decadence. Forget the heavens. This is paradise. Let me show you.
An inferno engulfs you. Your lust blazes hot.
Do you feel it? Avernus, where hell's legions march, screaming their rage. Where the Styx collects the blood of the fallen. Reach out. Have a taste.
The flavor is exquisite. It only stokes it.
Письку было видно.
Don't worry, pet. I won't leave till you're fully satisfied. Dis, the blackened Elysium. Menauros, the rotting bog. The molten seas and soil of Thlegathos. Stygia, the frozen ocean. Choose a hell. Have your fill.
Чё бы выбрать? Бесплодные пустоши, дися, отравленные болотами набросы, кипучие лава, фольги ледяные.
You were immersed in a cold ocean. Now that you know the thrill of its shock, you yearn for more.
think how you starved yourself up to this moment. To think how you chose the sweet over the bitter. One last choice, and starve no longer. Malbolgia, the desolation. The forgotten ruins of Maladomini. Cania and its mountains of ice. Or Nessus, the seat of infernal power.
Between the two of you, Stygia's spark, ignited by Averna's heat. Mizora's lips meet yours and Nessus rises. You are locked in torrid struggle, each fighting to conquer the other. Yes, and the soul.
The pleasure of torment. The torment of pleasure. You're forever marked. Can't you feel it? Where my lips scorched your skin. How your soul burns with flame.
Your pores flood with heat and frigid water. Your parched tongue searches for the right response.
You may not like it, but you'll crave it in spite of yourself. A pity for you, the one taste is all I'll give.
Kind of you to offer a free sample, then. Now that he's tried out inferior goods, he'll know just how good he has it already.
Well, look who's snuck in from the shadows. I think I'll nip out for a bit, let you two lovebirds chirp. Who would I be to meddle in personal affairs?
Pleasant evening, I trust. I tidied up my hair and had an early night, but you don't look like you had much sleep at all. I'm not jealous, you know. If I wanted to bed something loyal and pure, I'd find a swan. Is that so? Clearly, I've been going too easy on you. The way I was raised, the way I was trained, well, it was positive. All that said, there's no harm in asking me in advance. You've got to eat, after all. What do I gain from denying your appetites? Just don't forget about me either.
Такое странное все. Че, у меня какая-то метка-то есть? А чё, где баф какой-нибудь, а еще что-нибудь? Чё началось-то? Я думаю, мне что-то это даст. Ну вот. Я думаю, это что даст. Ну ладно, пофиг. Сейчас забафаюсь. Так, в этот раз вроде забафался. Единственное, мне помолиться надо сходить, чтобы у меня там были эти... Что еще? Что-то я еще... А, самое новое. Понял. Понял.
Rock prison. But what's this of a true hero's spark?
Так. Пошли искать шариатского соглядая. Казалось, он здесь где-то рядышком. Я, видимо, не со всеми побазарил. Блять, я не помолился, не сходил. Он стоит.
I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight. There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
Of course not. A cover to throw our enemies off the scent. I suppose you weren't deemed important enough to be informed of the plan.
That would have been fine deception in most cases. But your lying tongue cannot mar. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the house of... Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear.
Дом Печали. Еще одно место, до куда я так и не дошел. Вот он еще здесь со мной начал базарить. Я говорю, чувствую, что-то, говорит, там как-то мне хорошо. Я не дошел. Внимательность, блядь. Миллиард часов наиграно. У меня еще канализацию проходить.
Welcome. The House of Grief lies...
Охуенно. Тут ничего нет. Первый дом, который чисто полностью пустой. Ой, так, что же нам делать-то? Давай, погнали туда. Хули-то, блядь. Нет.
The House of Grief welcomes you and stands ready to ease your troubles. Welcome to the House of Grief. Or perhaps welcome is the wrong word, Shadowheart. There's been some debate whether you'd even show up and face the consequences of your actions. I assumed you tried to flee, like a craven.
Spare me your venom. I'm sure the Mother Superior will have plenty of her own.
All in due time. As I said, in due time. First, you submit to the mapping of the heart. Only then can we know what is to be done with you. This is the House of Grief. We strive to help those whose hearts have grown heavy, be it with anger, melancholy, or submit to the mapping and reveal what lurks in your heart.
Sounds like there's gold inside. No proceeds?
You're supposed to guard the door. No more slacking, or I'll report you to her.
No need for that.
А где у него перчатки?
We're a long way from Waterdeep.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Нихуя не понял.
What a day. Ready or not. Just like old times. On the hunt. Leaving tricks.
У меня какая-то, короче, когда перчатки делал, видимо, когда перекидывал что-то.
Still alive.
Ладно, пойдем.
Progress. Should mind my step.
Keep a blade close. Keep your distance, darling. What could you do?
Let's get going.
Я думаю, кат-сцена будет.
Breathe deep and move.
Well, hello. Hardly a challenge.
Давай.
No one's stopped me yet. Moving in.
I break their bodies.
Все, больше ничего нет.
Their spirits are quiet in here now. But it wasn't always so. Screams rang off these walls. I swear, I'm almost here. How many people did I help break upon this thing?
Ой, блядь, богам не помолился.
Should be easy.
В сраку.
All right, what now? How much farther can I go?
Lady better than any armor. That's what they always told us. I think this was my favorite part. Putting these on. Pretending to be someone else. I suppose that's been my whole life.
Вот заранее Бэйна.
What now? A crooked touch.
Прикольный сундук.
Don't mind if I do. Let's go.
Да я тоже так думаю.
Wish to live in more interesting times. Time to press ahead.
Еси.